First order of business is consider approval of minutes from the December 21st board meeting. Is there a motion?
I move acceptance of the minutes. Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 3, financial update. Katie, that's you.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Can you just review our statement of financial position? We have $99,081.46 in our first bank and trust account, $186,188.02 in our bank book stop account, which is reserve funds, $21,805.81 in our Citizens First CD, it's a 6-month CD. In our special activities account, those are the funds that we receive that are not hot funds. It's $41,415.51. Petty cash is $100. And our Regions Bank CD, 14-month CD, is $33,718.68 for a total cash position of $382,309.48. Then we go through some fixed assets with our amortization, furniture and equipment, wayfinding signs, and depreciation for $321,439.87 in fixed assets. Other assets we have due from our music festival sponsors is $2,908.92, and the membership dues is $200. For a total of other assets is $3,108.92. For our total assets being $606,858.27. Our liabilities, which are pretty much on payroll, taxes are $829.96. Our net assets, restricted, unrestricted, and excess of unrestricted revenue under expense, $606,028.31 for a total of $606,858.27. In reviewing the budget prior to the meeting, I didn't see anything, our expenses versus budget, I didn't see anything that really stuck out as anything that was unusual or noteworthy. But if you have any questions, then your staff can answer them.
I have a couple. Our special activities fund, the 41-4. Have we done anything with? We haven't spent any of that money in a good while, have we?
The reserves?
No, special activities, not hot tax.
The special activities has come up. As part of that is funds that we have collected for food sales for the Pulpwood Queens. That we have PayPal now, and we have collected that. I'm working with our bookkeeper to, we have reports, but they're not the kind of reports I want to where we can differentiate it the way I want.
So do we have payables pending?
We have about $2,600, I believe, for lunches that we have to pay. Is that right?
About
2,700.
And is the $10,000 that we budgeted for event support, that doesn't come out of that?
No,
right?
no,
Okay.
no.
We just collected the funds for them and then paid the expense, right?
Yeah.
The receivables that are on the statement, the $2,900 for music festival and $200 for membership dues. What's the status of that? What's the $200 membership dues? Is that our?
This is the B&Bs that are outside of the downtown
Outside the city
limits. So actually, that's going to actually go up a little bit because this is January, so we'll be sending out invoices.
Is that when we invoice? Okay.
On the music festival, we had some sponsors who still have not paid their commitment that they had made. To refresh everybody's memory, the CVB was the depository for all of the funds last year when Texas Music Magazine pulled out. At the last minute, we didn't have time to get our own organization set up, but we're in the process of doing that now. And so the first funds received this year towards this festival, which is scheduled for May 4th through the 7th, will be sent to the CVB till that's cut off.
And when do we think that'll happen?
We're going to start sending out the letters to all of the people who sponsored last year, beginning to collect funds over the next month. So we should have that before our next board meeting.
Oh, okay. All right. That would be a very good thing. So are you the collection person on this 29th?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be happy to do that person.
Okay. And you've got your own organization set up for this as well, right?
We haven't received our information yet back from the attorney, but we're getting our organization set up to receive the funds. So all of the funds that we receive will be deposited into our own account this year.
Okay, good. Anybody else have anything on the financials? Carl, where do we stand with our audit cycle?
The audit cycle, we are going to be setting up a meeting with Diana Haney, who's been working on the audit before I got here, actually. And we're going to set up a meeting with you, myself, and Katie, the treasurer, see where we're at on that and try to get this thing finished up because we're going into the new audit cycle that we're going to have to take care of. I'm talking with Mr. Jeffers on that.
Yeah, please keep in touch with Jim on that so we know that we're in compliance from this point forward, given our excitement a couple of years ago. I guess that's the right word. Anybody else on the financial stuff? Okay. And let's move to the committee reports. Katie, you're up. Anything going on?
Well, besides what I just reported, I can answer any questions that anybody has on the music festival coming up. But we did move the dates to later in the years because we've got a couple of other venues that will be participating, and the weather would be a factor because it'll be outdoors at those venues. So we wanted to make sure we didn't set the dates in the first when the music festival began anyway. Texas Music Magazine set them because they wanted it to be as far opposite of the one that they do in August out in Big Bend. And so we have the flexibility to move those dates. It was also right on the heels of the film festival. We share a lot of the same sponsors and interested patrons, and so it would make it hard in years going forward also to cross-promote. As well as this year, it's hard to ask people that come in from Houston and Dallas and Shreveport and all around to turn around and come back for another week. As soon as they get home, unpack, repack, and come back. So the festival's been moved to a day a little bit farther in the spring so that the weather is not an issue and to make it a little bit easier on the sponsors.
Have you thought about pulling your subcommittee together on the finance part of this stuff?
I have a couple of ideas, but I need to talk to them.
Okay. The sooner we can get those committees constituted, the more effective I think they're going to be. Tracy, what's going on?
Okay, so this is just about the most fun committee ever. We've got it. We've got our members. I'm waiting to hear one more, but we're already off to a start. So the mission, as we wrote it, is to promote leisure tourism in and around Nacogdoches, to actively seek out what Nacogdoches has to offer. So, there are businesses that come in all the time, and you just don't even know about it. So we are going to actively seek out what Nacogdoches has to offer and then work with these businesses and organizations to create exciting itineraries. And so our committee members are Scarlett Sloan. She's Smith & Partners Chairman of Nacogdoches Chamber of Commerce. Ryan Russell, Chairman of the Main Street Advisory Board. Matt Thibodeau, who's a reporter with KETK. And crossing my fingers, I'm trying to get Angela Widerhold to be the kind of contact for all things green dummy. So we've started, I'm obviously the historical person, so we've started on historical itineraries. We've got, just all kinds of great ideas. So, for example, here's one, weekend with the grandkids. We've got romantic retreats. We've got mancations, so it's all guy stuff. Anyway, and so right now, Ryan Russell's going around to Main Street businesses, and he's saying, what do you have going on? Do you have do you have a class or something that you do every week? Do you, for example, Bonita Creek Hall teaches country western dancing every Thursday night. That's the type of thing that we're looking for. And then we're also gathering good photos, that we're keeping on a master flash drive that I'm going to give to you guys. And, look it up. Yeah.
Great. I think good things are happening. Mr. McLaren, what's going on with you?
I've had some good conversations with some folks, and I've got a couple more people I need to talk to. But so far on board, I've got Mr. Bill T. Been great for our community in a lot of areas. Craig Kernich with the Alumni Association at SFA. Mr. Ronnie Collins and Mr. Wayne Mitchell going to be advisors for me in there. And I've got a couple more people I'd like, and then we're going to have our first meeting a little bit later this month, and kind of season everything and get a direction and focus on the community and get some things happening.
All right. Shirley, sports?
Yes, Jason Reese has agreed to be on that committee in a leadership position, as yet to be defined. But we've started, there was actually a good set of notes that had been developed a year and a half ago, I believe, that we're going to work from just, with city leagues, the different city leagues in town, folks from SFA, and the Brian Ray, hopefully with the city recreation, and kind of just develop a mission statement and see, how we can get the best coordination between all of those efforts. So we'll be meeting here in the next couple of weeks.
Glad Jason's involved.
Yes, I was too.
And Rick, annual events and festivals.
Yes, annual events and festivals. Primarily, this committee reviews applications from organizations that are promoting events and festivals for funding. And we have a budget of somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000 to work with. Have two people on the committee, City Commissioner Mike Keller and Maury Littleton, who was on our board last year. Both of them have experience with this committee because they worked with it before. So we're in the process of putting that together. Only three of us, I don't think we'll need more than that. The forms that we've used this past year probably need a little bit of revision, so I'm going to work with Carl on that, and then we'll present it to our committee and see what they think, and we'll move forward from there.
Have we had any applications as of yet?
Once the committee makes their final determination, then what we'll do is we will send out letters to people that have in the past requested funding, as well as make it known publicly, and in that way that they'll have their tools.
We'll do that through the website.
Yes, sir, or newspaper, Facebook, whatever.
Kelly, you had a meeting.
Yes.
I'm sorry I missed that.
We understand. Well, Carl was able to join us, and we did have a good meeting. Of course, this committee reviewed bylaws, some other materials we've had, things that have been done in the past. And basically, we've identified 3 areas to work on with board training and development. I'd like to go ahead and just give a quick verbal update, but I will have something in writing for the board pretty soon. We have some action items that we still need to get some blanks filled. Orientation and education was the first area we kind of discussed, and of course, a lot of that's set up in the bylaws, and we do have some ideas for that.
and including training for new board members, and even applicants maybe that are looking to apply for board positions. We also talked a lot about service. This is very important to all of the committee members, Judy, Pam, and Greg. And along with some ideas for different ways that the board can serve the CVB, we were thinking about bringing back the requirement to, really pitch in with the 3 hours of service per quarter at the visitor center on a Saturday or Sunday. Mike Bay already has a nifty program in place that allows us to sign up all the volunteers that do that. And we'd like for Mike to go ahead and send that out to all board members if they're not getting it. Because what I found when I looked at it was names on there that are already serving that I didn't know. People in our community that are giving their time on the weekends to support the CVB, and it's a way we can thank them too, just knowing who those people are. So Mike, if you could do that. And I think it's really easy to look at when you get it in your email inbox. You just, look down the list and you can click if you want to or whatever. But it's a nice way to keep up with what's going on the weekends here at the Visitor Center. I've also mentioned to Sherry and Mike, haven't gotten with Joanna yet, but the committee felt like there might be some additional ways that the board could serve the CVB specifically in your areas. And that's something that I can talk to Joanna about. But maybe there's some things that Sherry in her marketing field or you with your conventions and meetings schedule that maybe we could do more with. The other area is going to be reflection and planning. We do think it's important that annually, maybe, we're not sure about the exact date, that's something else we're exploring, but at some point, having a get-together where each chairman of the committee can give a report. This is kind of a heads up for everyone. Maybe some of the goals that have been accomplished in your committee and some of your plans that you would see, coming from that for future. And this would be a nice way that we can continue to plan for our next year. And along with sharing those ideas with us, maybe have some other key leaders. Of course, staff would be invited to this gathering. I call it a gathering instead of an annual meeting because I really don't want to set up another 2-hour, 3-hour meeting in a room. I don't know. We had some ideas we're knocking around on how to make that a little more interesting. But along with that, we might get a written report that we could keep, here at the CVB so we can keep track of where we've been, what we're doing, and where we're planning to go. So that's the brief update there.
Yeah, Rick, you've been doing this a long time, and John and Katie and I have been doing this a while now. It feels like we're almost to the point where we can kind of start thinking strategically, longer term. Now that we've gotten through what has been a pretty exciting time, it kind of feels like it's time now to do that, to get together with folks and start thinking, what's the one big thing we can accomplish in the next year, and really start thinking strategically in that way. I encourage all of you to volunteer on the weekends. It's really, that's the only way you know how this place works, is if you're behind the counter when people are walking in the door.
That's a good point, and that was raised. It's not just filling a volunteer time slot, it's really learning. No, it's really understanding the way that this thing functions, and all the things that are going on. I mean, I'm constantly amazed when I'm down here. Typically, I'll do a Sunday, and people will walk in asking me about tickets for things I didn't know were happening, or asking me questions about stuff I didn't know was going on. So I learn a lot about what's happening down here just by being behind the counter. Perhaps there are other members of our community now who have more time on their hands than they did before as well. All right, Kelly, thanks for the work on that. Sure.
Carl, you're up.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm really impressed. I didn't expect to hear all of this today. That's y'all are moving along. That's wonderful. And I agree with you. I think we're at a point now that, we've got a lot of our tools in place, and now we can start looking to the future and really where we want to go. It's easy to put something on paper, but to get the community and the board involved in this thing, the way that you are jumping in is really refreshing. I don't know that I've had a board quite like this before. That's good. That's fantastic. Okay, well, we'll start off with our lovely Pulpwood Queens. And they were a huge success. We got quite a bit of press in the newspaper. If you go onto our Facebook page, which we urge all of you, if you're not liking our Facebook page, make sure you're on there. Some great shots, some great information. I'm just going to let Joanna give you, she's been spearheading this thing, the point person, so just kind of give a quick update on how it went.
Well, it went really well. I mean, we, of course, partnered with Stephen F. Austin this year, and it was just delightful to be there. The room was set up great. There was plenty of room. We had the creative writing and English folks come through, which was key for me. And in that time period, they got to meet Kathy and then also set up some author visits for the next 2 semesters, which was, to me, the reason why we wanted to have it over there. It wasn't as large this year. We probably had about 204 registered participants. Kathy again said that she's heard it was the best Pulpwood, event ever, so she was extremely happy. I had asked for a wrap-up meeting. We're going to try to do that as soon as possible. She was exhausted as I was. I was kind of like, thank God, but we do want to get back and circle around, and she was able to meet Maury. We're looking at the Fredonia next year. Of course, keeping the partnership with the university alive and kicking and growing. Their only disappointment, of course, being where they were. It's really Kathy's format. It's really in her court. She jams it so full, they didn't really have a lot of time to do anything else. So we're going to look at maybe trying to shake that a little bit more so folks can play while they're here.
Well, it's hard when you're at the university.
Well, it's that, but, her solution is come early and shop.
We saw some.
Yeah, I mean,
we saw several throughout the weekend, not just.
Yeah, and they do. They're going to leave anyway. To me, that's being an adult. You just decide whether you want to come or not. But she chocks it full for the benefit of her authors who do come for free. And I just encourage, I chose to stick around for the entire event because I wanted to see the value of the event. And I cannot tell you the caliber of talent that she has coming in this town. One of the reasons why I was continuing to post, and also I think a good reason for our press, is this event, Kathy is one of a kind. I'll give her that. She's larger than life. But the people that support her and the who's who that come, it's unbelievable. And the fact that Nacogdoches has it really, we should appreciate it.
I think the biggest takeaway for me is just the partnership that we made with SFA on this. I mean, this is what we're trying to do is put this community together in different ways, and I think this has been fantastic. The ballroom was wonderful. The cooperation with the SFA staff and folks was just wonderful, and it turned out well. The ladies were very impressed with that, so we're very excited about it and look forward to continued working with you all on this project and others. So, okay, moving on, I'm happy to note that during Diana Haney's work so far on our audit, she has found that we actually have overpaid some of our FUTA 940 monies. So we are going to be receiving some refunds from the United States government in the amount of anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000. So far, we've received 2. So we're very excited about that, and so I hope she finds some more money for us. But anyway, as you know, we have got the website started as of December 21. We are going to have an official rollout on February the 2nd. I will give you the location. But we are going to have Simple View, some of the Simple View team come in and as well as Hancock Advertising will be there to officially kick this off. We're at the point that we feel very comfortable with where we're at. We have, obviously, this is a living project and we'll continue to have things change and so forth. But we're now at a point that we feel that we want to really show it off. We'll be inviting City Council, we'll be inviting the community, we'll be inviting the board. So just if you would keep that in mind.
Since we're still on the website, can I ask you one thing?
Sure.
How many pictures of Mike are on there?
He's a star. He's our superstar.
The one that I really like the best is his back.
Yeah, that's my best side.
Mike got a great one on his back. He's got a
I shouldn't have. He shouldn't be getting royalty.
I have been hounding him to become his agent.
Yeah.
But he's won't do it. But yeah, he's in quite a few. Speaking of the website from 12/1 to 12/21, prior to the kickoff of the new website, had 564 unique visitors. From 12/21 to 12/31, from 10 days, we had 1,732 visitors. So we had an increase of 107%. And for the first 16 days of this month, the website has increased traffic by 277% over the same period last year. And this is just going to go up and up and up. So we're very excited about that. We had an 11% increase in walk-in traffic over last December. Our top 5 walk-in states were Texas, Louisiana, California, Colorado, and Oregon. The top 5 walk-in cities from Texas were Houston, Nacogdoches, Lufkin, Spring, and Austin. And the 5 areas of interest were history, fall foliage, arts and crafts, outdoor activities, and shopping. We're very, very excited to say we have completed all of our marketing priorities through December. Everything has been checked off, so we're on track with our marketing program. We have a new spring foliage backdrop up in the upstairs. If you'd like to take a look at that, Joanne will be taking that with her to the Southwest Showcase next week, actually. And this particular showcase is for meeting planners. So this is the appropriate time to get in there and start working diligently with those. We were there last year, but it was more of a learning curve. So this year they're going to really be going in, and I think Maury is going with you and so forth. So that's going to be great. The tour of homes was a great success. Actually, they raised almost a double amount that they did last year, so we're very excited for them with that. But again, it was an active December, but not so much. There's just a lot of activities going on, local activities. We're looking to add some exciting new groups in town and some exciting new events. And again, I thank the board for all you're doing, and it looks like it's going to be a great 2017. So kudos to y'all. That's my report.
We have some attachments with our agenda, including the sales and marketing report. Has everybody had a chance? Anybody have any questions about any of the content here?
I just love this timeline. I think this is the best. So whoever does that.
Sherry,
Sherry, thank you.
Yeah, it's really nice
It's
to
a really
see.
nice way to see what's happening each month and what we look forward to.
When is the film festival?
All right, we got lots of things happening. We have the film festival, which is the weekend of February 24th, 25th, 26th.
And can I find that on the website?
Yes, you can. And Sherry, how do they find it? Under events? On the website?
Yes, if you go to our homepage, we actually you scroll in on the yellow button, I'll call it on the homepage.
Right.
Film Festival activities. So you click on that, and that'll take you to what we put together for the Film Festival. Then on that page sheet, you can click through to the Film Festival's website, and then you also have an event created on our event calendar. So it's in multiple places.
Let me ask you this. I've been looking at the website quite a bit, and I like it a lot. It's beautiful. But if I don't know there's such a thing as a Nacogdoches Film Festival, I don't know to click on the events button. Is there a way to put that, something like that, front and center? Is it? Okay, I'll look at it again.
Yes.
I mean, what I'm thinking is, somebody who's just fishing around, hears about Nacogdoches, hits our website. When I go to that first page, is there anything about this? Is there a film festival there?
Yeah,
Yes.
and you just hover over and click.
And I didn't see.
Okay, you just scrolled it.
Okay. I'm not scrolling.
No, I know, that's my problem too.
I'm not scrolling.
Is I don't really scroll down either, which is something maybe we should keep in mind. But
You scroll?
I mean, I know that there's this trend nowadays to like just put everything on one big long page. I'm not a big fan of that, but
You know what that is, though? I bet you're like me. You're just not used to using your phone to access this stuff. Anybody who uses their phone to access it scrolls automatically, I think.
I think haven't we gotten more on our phone, more mobile than we have
Probably.
traditional?
Probably. I'm a
I
dinosaur.
don't know.
That's the way it's going.
Yeah, it is. I'm with you, but
I'll
it's
scroll.
I'm just saying, whatever that top piece is, needs to be pretty comprehensive, you know?
It's like the phone.
I'll scroll.
Anyway, we could always, where that information is, we could always move that up. You know, we do have that
Sure.
capability to move things around on that homepage, so we need to do that.
This new website, the capabilities, if you come to us and say, you think that maybe this would be a great idea, she can do it. I mean, this thing is so user-friendly by staff, it's incredible.
Yeah, that's
we're
one of the
ready
things I
to put many websites, micro websites on it that are for different events going on. It can be done in-house without having to go outside. It's just a phenomenal tool that we're just so excited. And I know Sherry's very excited about having it because she's like a kid in a candy store with this thing. I mean, most people she spends all of her time now. We do this over here. But we might be able to do this, and she's just loving it. And I think that this is going to be a great asset for us.
But beyond just the film festival, and I'm looking at you on this one, we're creating overnight packages. So within the film festival, we have what we're calling Party in the Pit. So anyone that stays at Holiday Inn gets access to Party in the Pit. And it's literally, as I shared last time, in the pit, in the back with fire pits. We've got food trucks, we've got music, we've got a bar. So that is our hope, and I share this with itineraries, of keeping people or making these local events more attractive to out-of-town folks. So this is our first run at it, but what's been great is Holiday Inn has created a special link for us just to use all year through for our leisure business so we can start capturing it. The same for the Wine Swirl. We have a partner, we have a special link with the Comfort Suites so that people, if they are, regardless, and we use the word, whether you're coming in staycation or vacation, we want people just to head over. And then with that type of event, which I think would be really cool, is if we started to have rides. So if people were drinking, they could just jump on the bus. I think it's another reason to spend the night. So, and then we have the fish thing coming up too.
I'm fascinated by some of the things that I'm seeing in this report. What is a powwow pollinator?
Powwow pollinators are kind of in a crunch on that one. They're coming a week before the Fredonia opens. So originally we had,
Who are they?
they are the bees, bugs, and butterfly people.
Pollinators.
And they're associated with the SFA Gardens, and they're a representative of the state of Texas. And talk about a kid in a candy store when they start talking about these bees and these bugs. But
Wild group.
it's but there's a bunch of them, and they're coming, and so we're moving them around a bit. But they'll be here through that whole weekend. I think that's the same weekend as the film festival. Am I correct?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it might be. Which will be a busy time, which will also be an audience. So if they listen to music and not buzzing. And then we have a professional fishing group coming through. Professional do you call it? It's like the
ML, Major League
Major League
Fishing.
Fish, yeah, Major League Fishing. And that'll be the top 12 fishermen in the United States.
Have you connected with John Hendricks?
With who?
John Hendricks in the map?
I have.
Okay.
And he's got 2 of my write-ups for, yeah.
All right, I'll follow up with him to make sure that he stays on top.
Okay, good. Thank you. We need that desperately.
Anybody else have any questions or comments on the attachments that we've got here? Well, there being no further business before this board, then, we will designate the time, date, and location of the next meeting at 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, February 15th, right here in the Bakeland Child.
I thought we were thinking about changing that to Cess Nacogdoches SFA days in Austin,
That's right.
and most of us will be in anyway.
That's right. That is the day, right?
It is the day.
So we were going to push that, weren't we?
Whichever way we're going.
What did we talk about? I'm old, I
I
forget.
think we're going to push it to the next week.
22nd? Does that work? Okay. Then we will, does that work for you, Kelly?
I think so.
Jake, you good with that?
I'm fine. I know that'll be okay on our calendar.
Okay. All right, then we will convene here again then on February 22nd. Kelly, thanks for reminding me. And with that, we are at 9:06 adjourned.